Bottom right on Crimson Court, we do have our blue turn player Gumiho. Used to play for Sidestone Gaming. I think now he's playing for Cloud9. In the top right, we do have our red Protoss player Nightmare, who has been doing really good in these online cups, actually. And I think like a couple of weeks ago, I want to say he won one, or at least made it to the finals. So yeah, he's been kind of on fire recently. He's been playing really good. And he also has been playing like the StarCraft Brute War against StarCraft2 version. And he's been doing a lot of stuff recently. So yeah, you see him around a bunch. And he's been very active. So he's been really on top of his game as well. That being said though, we're gonna get a proxy Rex here, which is a Gumiho classic, and I want to personally see him kind of lift here and just go and make the concussive attack lab there and go for Marauders. Looks like this is just gonna be for Reapers though, or at least one, maybe two Reapers. With the rally like that. Let's see what the decision is gonna be. So at this point, I already talked about this in different Gumiho series, but if you're Nightmare here, what you need to do when you see there's no Rex on your opponent's side of the map, you need to just check your dead space inside of your main to see if this is actually a Marauder float in, or if it's just gonna be Reapers, because you can identify this. Like, if it's in your base, of course, it can only be Marauders. And if it's not, it's gonna be a frontal attack. Or it's gonna be Reapers. And then against kind of Reapers or frontal attack, you kind of want to do the same thing. At first, you want to have an Adept. And a Shield Battery. It's gonna be the Reaper indeed into the main base. It's gonna be a Stalker here. And don't... Wait. It's a little bit late. There we go. We did actually commit to a Zealot. So this is also a thing you can do. It's gonna be a second probe here, though, for Gumiho. Nice dancing with the Reaper. It's gonna get one more probe for his troubles. Now the Zealot comes in. It's gonna push back the Reaper. But we're gonna see a second one joining up with the first one. Oh, you're gonna pull back? Wait, that's interesting. So he wants to be safe. Oh, okay. Has been recovered from a replay. Wow, what did happen there? Go. Okay, go. This I've never seen this one. This is kind of cool. Never seen a replay that has been recovered from a replay. So yeah, that probably was a misclick or something, but there we go. Reaper back on track here again, but feels like Gumiho is gonna be sitting a little bit back now. He's making more Reapers and Hellions. Okay. So he wants to have a little bit of an overwhelming force. So it's very interesting, this poking force, which is kind of DVT stylistic. A ton of Reapers with a bunch of Hellions. This can trade really good against early Stalker numbers and or low gateway numbers. It can be really good. So you can kill a Zealot and a Stalker in the front with no Shield Battery with ease. You can just bypass them, but you can also just kill it if you want to. So he's just gonna go for the probes here, and this is gonna be probably a ton of dead probes. It's gonna be 2 here, 3 for his troubles now. 1 Reaper is gonna get caught a little bit. Hellion's gonna fall here, first one. Oh, this was a missed target on the Hellion, not shooting at the probes there being lined up. Still though, we're gonna get 6 probes here, so a ton of damage being dealt. Gumiho being in the worker lead after this opening. Players like Clem, for example, players like Björn, who are insanely micro-active and very confident in their micro abilities, they sometimes just go ahead and try to force the fight and try to snowball the game from there. You can like snowball your opponent's early gateway numbers. Sometimes you can just keep on killing them. This is a good poke across the map here from Nightmare. He's gonna go in with... Oh, wait, what's this? Unsiege. Okay, so he runs away with the tank, but this also does deny him some shots here on these Stalkers. Just gonna play it safe, put it in a safe location. Yeah. Finally, we got the double tank here. And this should be enough to force these ones back. Good targeting there. Targeting the low one. And we do have the Liberator going across the map. The second tank needs to move down now. I don't like this one. Oh, okay, he's just gonna use it in a non-sieged mode, so he can micro with it. I like it a little bit more now. But there we go. He's coming in again with the Stalkers. The Zealot is bait. And he also has a probe with this to try and tank one of those shots here. He's gonna lose one Stalker and a probe for a tank. Well, he also lost 2 probes at home. There's a little bit questionable probe there, I think. He's putting on so much damage. This is burning. Liberator's forcing a lot of lost mining time as well. Blink did complete though, so he needs to be careful now. Gonna park the Liberator behind the trees. Gonna hide, maybe he can find some bird's nests or something. And Gumiho finally going into stim, but this feels a little bit late already, doesn't it? Liberator's gonna siege here. It's gonna force this Stalker to stay away a little bit further. Just gonna be here for a while. 3 tanks behind this. Engineering bay on the way, and we do have more tanks being produced. There is a starport, of course, as we already have the air units in play, but it's gonna only single file produce medivacs for now. And no 3rd CC. The next is coming up here from Nightmare. And let's see if Gumiho is gonna find damage with his push. He at least needs to kill or... how do you say? Cancel the 3rd. Or cancel, it's not gonna be in time, so it needs to be a kill. Okay, Nightmare trying to poke in now with a prism with Stalkers. I like the idea that you kind of need to scout something. This looks kind of funny, right? He's like, oh, what? Ooh. Oh, okay, of course. He's doing some damage, but he also sees, okay, hey, you've got a ton of barracks, you've got no add-on to your starport. What's happening here? This should be a push. I don't see a 3rd CC. Where's your stuff? So he's been making tanks. That's his stuff. Oh, he's gonna try to go for a tank assassination, trying to, with the friendly fire, actually gonna not finish off the tank. Just gonna lose a Stalker. Oh boy. A little bit of a risky drop play here from Gumiho. Gonna confirm the 3rd location. And I think now probably gonna move across the map here. Let's see if he's gonna pull some SCVs with this. We do have medevac support, but this is so few bio units actually. He has those 8 marines across the map, but as I say that, those are actually gonna get picked off right now. There's also Stalkers kind of setting the main base on fire here. The medevac did actually go down here, was chased down by those blink Stalkers. We do have a recall on the War Prism, so everything's at home now again. Yeah, this is nice though. Liberator coming in completely unseen here right now. Off the radar for Nightmare. Did not notice this one. It's gonna lose 5 more probes. And now we have 6 tanks actually. A lot of SCVs. 7th tank. And 2 medevacs. Oh, this could be a good engage though for Nightmare. 3 tanks were unsieged. Everything's kind of back against the corner. The SCVs are joining too late. And now most of the units have already perished. Let's wait and see though if these SCVs do make the comeback happen here for Gumiho, but it does not seem likely. Everything was still disjointed and this was the perfect time for Nightmare to strike. Seems like he's just gonna finish off the game here. Okay, so if you get like, yeah, there's already 4 zealots waiting. We have an immortal on the way. There's a couple of probes falling, but that's fine. GG, well played by Nightmare. A perfect second, perfect moment to come in and execute your opponent's push there. Very well done. Had a lot of charge slots, just what you need against a ton of tanks. Just takes the game. 1-0 for Nightmare. As I said, this guy is on fire right now. He's been playing really good. Very solid stuff. Okay, use medevacs to support a large clump of infantry units. That was the tip placed to me here. I think, yeah, that's a good tip. Hopping into game number 2. On the top left of side delta we have Gumiho, and the bottom right we do have Nightmare taking up game number 1. So thank you everyone for tuning in so far. And I hope that you're having some fun, you're enjoying the games. I hope you have some time to maybe consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. There's been a ton of content on the YouTube going up, daily stuff currently actually. A lot of games there, a lot of casts. And yeah, I want to keep on growing that one. We also do have a second channel I am working on as an editor and partially creating the content. That is Artosis Casts 2. So if you haven't checked that one out, that is all casted by Artosis. It's all of his non-StarCraft Brood War casts. So mainly StarCraft 2, as we do most of the Monday Cups for NA. And then we do also have some unique tournaments there, which have been for an earlier version of Stormgate alpha or beta version basically tournament, and also for Zero Space. And there's gonna be soon new stuff gonna be following. Today we are starting a new release series of what is it called? StarCraft 1 against StarCraft 2. This new game mode, or not new, but it's currently really on fire. People are very interested in it. So yeah, there's also stuff going on from that. And you can just check it out, have a look at it. Maybe you find something that interests you. If you do, please go ahead and just drop the sub, because every little support does go a long way and help a lot in growing the channel in the future. Thank you so much. So let's have a look at the game. We're gonna have a Reaper opening here from Gumiho into a factory, and then as you see with the double gas, maybe take the probe. That's a nice pickoff here. Pick the scouting probe there with the Reaper. And the Adept is not indeed in time here for Nightmare. A little bit unfortunate, was very close actually. Have a look at the follow-up. It's gonna be a Stargate, so this is interesting. That's something new. It's not the old standard Twilight. And this Reaper did in fact see the Stargate. He also gets another probe. So what are you doing, Nightmare? You have two Adepts here right now. How are you not... How are you losing probes still? What's up? Oh, wait, no. And oh my god. Oh. And that's it. So he unfortunately does not confirm the first unit. Oh, it's gonna be Phoenix Colossus most likely. A very defensive play style. You stay on two bases for a little bit as Protoss, which can be irritating to a Terran player, but of course Gumiho has been around since the start of the game, so he knows all about the style, and he should identify this very quickly. This does open up harassment opportunities with those Phoenixes in the early game, and then of course you go into the Colossi to round out your composition against strong bio push. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's a little bit hidden, but it's just out of position. It's not gonna catch the Phoenix, so he doesn't know. Is this hallucinated? But of course, I mean, he's seen this target, so yeah, taking that much damage on the first Phoenix. Oh my god, that's a little bit rough. Nightmare definitely being very sloppy here with this first Phoenix. And this cannot fight now anymore. Like, if this comes in, it's gonna get just targeted down. And this first push, I don't know, man. He might just kill him. Let's see. We're gonna have 5 Adepts and 3 Phoenixes, but 1 Phoenix is almost dead. 4th Phoenix almost out here. And this is not gonna be scouted though. Nice dead vision point here for Gumiho exploiting there. Yeah. Gonna elevator everything up, and there we go. 2 Cyclones, 8 Marines, no stim of course, but a medevac to heal up the bio units. Let's see what we can find here for Gumiho. He's gonna definitely commit with this one. Oh, the units on low ground, they're not fighting. There's a little bit of a waste. Maybe pull back more to the ramp. Gonna lose the medevac. Gonna maybe get one of the Phoenixes here with the Cyclone. Now is not gonna find it. Actually very well done by Nightmare. Good defense. It's just, I think he lost like 2, maybe 3 Phoenixes. And 3 Adepts. Oh yeah, I definitely lost 3 Phoenixes. Let's have a look actually. So 3 Phoenix, 5 Adepts. But that was a good defense. That was very well executed. And yeah, I think like a little bit sloppy maybe from Gumiho. But of course, I mean, as a Phoenix Colossus player, having your Phoenix count reset is always very painful. So you want to kind of have 5 to 7 Phoenixes. That's like the magic number you want to go and have. Like, okay, so 5 Phoenixes, 5 Phoenixes. You lift up an SCV and it should just die. Lift up a Marine and it should just die in one volley. That's the idea. That's why 5. Sometimes you go 7. I don't know really why. There's probably a different breakpoint you can get with 7. But yeah. Now we lost already 3. We did not make any more. And we're going into a Twilight Council. So there's no AoE. Robo is super late now. There's no robotics support bay, of course, as the facility just has started. And we're trying to go into third base. This seems very greedy. Gumiho's bio follow-up is gonna be strong, it's gonna be fast. He has like 5 barracks with no add-ons here on these 2. So this is a little bit all in. He's only getting +1 here. And Nightmare does not know about this. He does not have an observer, he has no scouting, he has no vision, there's no sentry, there's nothing really. Those Phoenixes, they're just hanging back at home. This is definitely a mistake. Not identified that this push is indeed coming. He does see a double drop, but yeah, hey, a double drop, okay, right? That's not, you're not too worried about this. But this? With this one? Okay, that's a huge army. And now we also pull SCVs. There's no AoE. Remember, the SCVs are insanely strong. There's gonna be 2 observers. Yeah, and those zealots, I mean, they have charge, but they're not gonna be enough to fight off so many SCVs and so many bioforces. I think this is gonna be GG in a hot second here. They also have +1 now finished up for those bio units. So let's see and wait where Gumiho wants to strike, where he wants to take the fight, where he wants to win the game. Seems like Phoenix is trying to come in here. One has been remade, trying to lift up the units. The SCVs are doing the job tanking there against those zealots, but so many bio units do remain and the zealots are perishing here. Only 5 zealots on the front line for Nightmare. GG, well played by Gumiho, just having a strong timing push and completely denying Nightmare's vision. So in the end, that push with the... Oh, sorry. That's the wrong cam. There we go. There we go. That's the right cam. So in the end, having that push in the early stage with these cyclones, the couple cyclones at the 8 Marines dropping in, and focusing down so many Phoenixes worked out very well because Nightmare was so scared to do something with those. And he just hung back. He did not go into Robo. Weirdly enough, he did not go into AoE, and that was a big mistake. He did go for charge first. Doesn't work out like that. If you do that, you can just get killed by 5 ranks. And that's what happened there. Well executed by Gumiho. It's gonna tie up the series. We're gonna hop into game number 2 here in just a moment. There we go. Top right, it is Gumiho, and in the bottom left, we do have Nightmare. Lacking a little bit of scouting in the last game, and well, maybe he was a little bit uncomfortable or not as well courageous there to go out with his Phoenixes. A little bit afraid, a little bit timid in the last game. And that cost him the game. Let's see what it's gonna be. Gonna have a 1 gas. There we go, second gas for Gumiho. Again, so has been favoring these 2 gas openings in all of his games in this series. And yeah, he has been mixing it up with a lot of technical openings behind this, so I really love those. Gumiho is someone who, in my opinion, like if he doesn't go a 2 gas opening, it's such a waste of potential because he has so many small tactics and so many strategical ideas he's able to pull off. Oh my, that SCV behind all of these openings, so it's really cool and it's really tough to read and really hard to exactly identify. And as you can see in the earlier game, Like sometimes he has a very crazy idea. He's just gonna... It does not seem that the first drop or first push is actually successful, but then the follow-up, he just like opens a pathway to make his follow-up work perfectly. Alright, let's see what Nightmare can do this time against Gumiho's opening here. Gonna go for the very regular Protoss play. We're gonna see an Adept first here. And yeah, let's see our tech building. I want to see if this is gonna be a Stargate again. To maybe Phoenix Colossus. This could be a very strong standard play. To be honest, if you hang back with your Phoenixes, like, of course you can go Scout with your first Phoenix, but then don't lose like 80% health on that, like we did last game here as Nightmare. And yeah, the other thing is, like, you need to be a little bit around your opponent's base with those Phoenixes. Try to identify what's actually going on, so you do not get caught off guard by a follow-up. And then going, of course, into AoE would be great. But it indeed is the Twilight Council, so this should be Blink. For some map control, and of course, yeah. It's basically the same idea, right? So you have your Blink Stalkers then, and you kind of... Oh, that's funny. Ah, he gets it with the Stalker. That was very funny. It wasn't a mistake by Gumiho there. Jumping his own Reaper, and that's actually huge, because he made 2 more Reapers. He wanted to poke in with the same hit squad he had in game number 1 with 2 Hellions and 1 Reaper. He's gonna kill the Adept, finish it with the Reapers. He can kill the Stalker. Oh my god, the Stalker didn't see the Reapers. He still doesn't see the Reapers. That's kind of weird. He can't shoot at those. Now it's just the reverse. No. Gumiho does actually kill a Stalker. That's a... What a slugfest here in the early game. 2 Hellions and 1 Reaper for a Stalker and an Adept. Usually I'd say I'd like it for the Protoss. But honestly, you're so low on early units. What does he have at home right now? We have like 2 Stalkers sitting here. That's it, right? And now Gumiho just remade those units. He can come in again. He has on 4 Reapers, man. He made so many Reapers. And 1 Hellion. He can just come in and maybe fight this army here. Actually, gonna go for the Stalker here first. He's gonna kill the first one. Does not connect on those mines, which are kind of key. You need to find some form of crowd control. So now those Stalkers are actually gonna fend off these Reapers here. Gonna push them back. And now I like it again for the Protoss. Indeed, we did lose another Stalker, another 2 Stalkers, so it's not great. But we also took completely the wind off the sails from Gumiho's idea there. And we didn't lose any probes, so far so good, I'd say, right? 33 SCVs against 44 probes. That's where you like to be as a Protoss player. And Blink did indeed finish, so let's see what's gonna come up next. The Robo is done. We are gonna have some observers. Oops, don't want to tap. We have some observers, some shield batteries here. And the main, and hopefully soon at the natural, maybe one here, or like in this area where it can protect the front and the mineral line. Be great. And then we should see either charge or some AoE. It's gonna be charge first. And some extra gateways. Only 4 Blink Stalkers. So this is the difference, right? If you kill 3 Stalkers, this 7 Stalker squad it's only 4. Of course, basic math. You all know this. But this is not scary anymore, right? This is what Gumiho managed to buy for himself, basically, with all of these Reapers. Those Stalkers, they are not scary. I mean, they can one-shot an SCV, they can one-shot a Marine, but... It's 4 Stalkers, come on. You have enough units. Oh, he almost finds this one, the turret here. And extra shield, man. He still does see it, it's kind of funny. Keep it in the vision, taunting Gumiho there. Okay, as we head, we go boom baby. So 2 medivacs or 4 medivacs. Those are usually your push timings for Terran for the first couple of pushes. And we do see there's no third CC behind this. Gumiho is very committed again to do some damage. And so far it has been, well, not the best. It's been amazing in the last game. Not great in the first game. Oh, come on. There we go. If you could get some stalkers, it would be great. Is this... Oh, okay. Second I was like, wait, is this... Did you forget about those? Is this real life? Gumiho decides to push back again, yeah? More back a little bit. Go to the watchtower. Keep the tower. Keep the tower. Get a freaking marine on the tower. You need the vision. Oh boy. He's kiting nicely here to the top left. Trying to kill as many units as he can, and there was only an Archon and one Immortal in the mix, so in the end it's mostly gateway units, and they don't stand a chance against that huge of a Bioforce. They have +1 as well. So that was an amazing trade here for Gumiho. Fighting so much damage. I was kind of committed because we did not make any probes. We kind of hang around like mid-50s here for a while. For Nightmare. And now finally we're getting Storm. But yeah, having like an Archon there, that doesn't really do anything, right? It did take a ton of damage. Like it tanks some shots. Ah, no grenade. Ah, come on. Getting those Widow Mines is key here. So this makes this defense possible. And yeah, I love this. Keep them as Templars, even if you don't get Storm. You could feed back the Medivacs. 4 Medivacs, 4 feedbacks, boom, 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 boom. There you go. All of the healing power gone. Then you go for double Archon morph. Gonna make your army way stronger than just 2 Archons, right? But yeah, of course you can keep them and gamble for Psystorm, and this gamble did indeed pay off. So now we do have Storm, we do have our AoE, and a lovely position for Nightmare again. Oh. Oh wow. I'm curious. So Gumiho should have seen this. The Zealot move out. And I don't think that Nightmare did see the Medivac. Gonna get 1 probe here, and this one should just fall. It's gonna blink with this. He's gonna get a Stalker while. Okay. Decent drop here. Unfortunately gonna lose everything on the retreat here. And this is gonna be good. If Gumiho can find these Zealots, this could be insane. It's only gonna get 2. That's basically the army of Nightmare. Like all of these Zealots. Oh, this could be great though. A big sandwich coming up here. Big flank. Needs to evacuate into those Medivacs. Blink is off on cooldown, it seems. Yeah. These stalkers. Yeah. Not got in there. Prism almost gets sniped. This is super messy of an engagement if I've ever seen one. Prism does have a very precious cargo with those High Templars, and they all have Storm. Now we're coming in here as Nightmare and a frontal push. And we need the Prism. It's still deployed. Finally undeploying, coming in here. And we need to drop some Storms. There we go. First Storm is gonna be good. Second Storm. Third Storm. Oh my god, those Storms in the end are beautiful. And even 2 more. Completely ravaging the Terran army. Only Marauders to survive. 1 Marine. And the second one did manage to make the cut here, but 17 SCVs did fall, and no chance of coming back here against Nightmare's army for Gumiho. GG, well played by Nightmare. A lovely heart. That was good. That was a good game by Nightmare. A very well executed attack. And it was messy in the beginning, but then smoothened out everything. Comes on from one side in the end. Beautiful Storms on top of everything that the Terran had. And the Gumiho was kind of not calculating with that one. It was a little bit off his radar, it seems.